morning, everybody. Michelle Dam here, bringing you back a Wisdom Wednesday. Real estate broker here in the beautiful state of Colorado. You will meet my fierce Luna, I am sure. And also Sunny Brantl. Sunny, tell them a little bit about what you do.
So I am an independent solar consultant, and I partner with Powur Energy, and I've been doing it for about 8 months now, and I absolutely love it. Powur is an amazing company, and we've been growing exponentially throughout the pandemic, which is really cool. And the reason why is because we're primarily online. So you can do it from your home, you can meet with people on Zoom, and it's just very accessible. And
that's really cool. So tell me something. What are some, and that makes sense, but then how does somebody give you a proper quote if they're meeting you online? How does that work?
So we do what's called a discovery call. So we'll ask you all the questions that we need for your preliminary design. So that goes in with your electric bill, it goes with your how old your roof is and what your expectations are, if you have any power usages that are going to go up, like if you're going to get an electric vehicle, if you're in a hot tub,
that makes sense.
Things like that. Yeah,
that would be great, especially a lot of people are not going into that kind of realm with electric cars and stuff like that. Yeah,
it's the future for sure.
So what do you think are some, Luna? What do you think are some pros and cons? Let's start with the pros, which I think might be kind of obvious to all of us, but I'd like to touch on them just to make sure we're covering all bases.
Yeah, totally. So economically, it just makes more sense. There are recent studies that have been coming out that prove that solar energy is actually the cheapest form of electric you can find. And in the past, that hasn't been true, but now that it is, if you want to have autonomy over your life, if you want more financial freedom, going solar makes a lot of sense for a lot of people. Not everybody qualifies, of course, but yeah, it does make sense for a lot of people because you can lock in your price of your electric bill for the life of the system, which is usually 40 to 50 years.
Holy crap, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and assume that depending on the direction in which your house is facing, it would make more sense to do it or not do it, or does it not matter?
You know, that does help. In Colorado, though, we can use the western or southern. Usually it's the southern facing pitch or roof, but you can also use the western side as well. And then I've seen a lot of people that will have these stands so that it directs the panels in the direction that they need to be. So it's not maybe as aesthetically pleasing, but some people don't care. You know, it's about like what makes sense and what am I going to get the most offset with.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit. So those are the cons, obviously. The pros. What are the cons?
The cons, well, sometimes if you don't produce enough, like if you don't use enough energy, it doesn't make sense. So you might end up paying more for solar if your bill is like, say, under $60 a month.
Oh, okay. Now, can you sell that back to the energy company?
So anything, it depends on where you are. Some places don't do that, but we're lucky that in Colorado, a lot of places
will buy your energy back.
Yes, a lot of companies do the net metering.
All right, super cool.
Yeah.
Guys, what's important here? Cha-ching, let's talk about cost.
Okay, so cost is like the biggest question, the most common question I get, and it's unfortunately hard to answer because we create these designs very specifically for each homeowner and their house and everything that is going into it. So in general, though, in Colorado, it's about $3 per kilowatt hour. So, and then like the general average for the house is about 10,000 kilowatt hours in a year. So you're looking at like $35,000 for the whole system.
For the whole system.
Yeah, but that's on average. And like for me personally, what I've experienced more is like from anywhere like 22,000 to about 30.
Yeah.
So it really just depends.
Yeah. All right, so another thing that I think is important for us to talk about is, let's say, transfer of title, right? Somebody goes to buy a property that has a solar panel in it. However, the solar panel has not been completely paid off yet. Now, that can be a nightmare depending on the company. What has been your experience?
So what we suggest for our homeowners is that they find a certified green realtor, and what they do is they specialize with homes that have solar on them. And so there's a couple different ways you can approach this. You can advertise the house as sold off solar, so essentially you just lump the remaining loan into the price of the house, and then it benefits the new homeowner because oh, that's super appealing. I'll never have an electric bill. I just have the solar and it's paid off and yada yada. Or you can connect with the homeowner and, they can take over the loan. So it is a matter of like transfer, but it's not something that is impossible by any means.
No,
In
I've
fact,
done
it's-
it.
Yeah, it's.
I've done it plenty of times. It
Yeah.
can be a headache. It can
Yeah.
also be super smooth, but
Exactly.
certainly something to look into when you
Yeah.
are putting in an offer on a house is finding out if that solar panel is fully owned or if there's still financial, stuff involved in there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, there you have it, guys. Your just kind of quick snip on solar energy. If you guys have any more questions, please don't ask me because clearly I don't know. You would be contacting beautiful Sunny here, and we will leave her contact information on the message box. If you guys are looking for a realtor, obviously I would love and be honored to have the opportunity to interview for that position. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.